precious few Fae from the Fourth World have survived to remember the Age of Legend. Locked away from human civilization on Earth for many millennia, trapped on their metaplane behind a veil between our world and theirs, their history with our kind became nothing but Celtic legend and folklore. Until Mana returned to the Sixth World, and the veil came crashing down, fracturing their metaplane into ours. They say, if you know where to look, you can travel there. A place where everything is fine, yet nothing is as it seems. A place of spirits and enchanted creatures, of courts and wilds, of wonder and secrets. It is 2078. 3 Shadowrunners thrust into this metaplane will play in the Fae's dangerous game of intrigue, where combat is not brawn, but wit, where payment is not neon, but favour, and where home is so very far away, but yet so dangerously close. Welcome, dear traveller, to the Court of Shadows.
We're live!
Yay!
Hello, everyone! Oh, it's good to be here. Welcome to Join the Anarchy Court of Shadows. We are an interactive actual play, playing the pen and paper role-playing game Shadowrun Anarchy, if you're not familiar with us. It's mostly Anarchy and a little bit of Shadowrun. We are an improvised game, sort of. We get actually a lot of suggestions from, well, I guess that's what happens in improv most of the time, suggestions from the audience. But you get to tell us what happens, and we get to use that to influence the game. So, yeah, we're really excited because this is our 3rd session in the Court of Shadows that I have been GMing. And my name is Scrim. I played Turbo in the original series of Join the Anarchy when we started way back a year and a half ago. And we're in between our regular games, our regular seasons, to bring you Court of Shadows. And we are super excited that all of you are here. I think that we should go around and introduce everyone and get an idea of who we're playing with today. Let's start with Paige.
Oh, I'm first?
You're first!
I'm never first! I'm usually last! Hi, I'm Paige. I play Pandora, a elf, tarot card magician, circus mage thing. I don't know what else to say. Yes!
That clears it up.
Basically, as a tarot card mage, I pull out a card, and whatever my card is, that is the spirit I summon. Sometimes it's good, sometimes you burn a building down to the ground. So, that's about it for me.
Can you give us a little bit of an insight into Pandora's greatest fear? That's been a little theme. Fire.
Fire. Just a bunch of fire and horror screaming and, like, just terror all around you, just surrounding you.
All right. Oz.
Hey, I'm Oz. I play Volatile, the Troll Rigger. Usually outside of this metaplane, I control drones, but now that I've entered this metaplane, my drones have become animals. I have a firefly named Barnabas. I have 2 eagles named Ignatius, the first and the second, and I have a white lynx named Phineas, as well as my Ares Roadmaster Van, which is now a giant juggernaut, is like a Texas Armadillo awakened version, the size of a bus, and she's called Adelaide. Yeah, so essentially I can jump in and into the consciousness of my animals and become them and control them. I am like a beast master now. And yeah.
Can you give us any insight into Volatile's greatest fear?
His biggest fear was a mob of stupid people that cannot be reasoned with, even when you have, like, the obvious is right there in front of you and you won't look at it. Why are you so stupid? Why are you getting angry at the fact that you're so stupid and, like, taking it out on me? I can't do anything about this. It's just that it's feeling of helplessness.
All right, excellent. Let's hear from Trav.
Hi, my name is Trav, and I play, Mac, the Irish face with hemophobia, and please don't bleed on me. My superpower is being able to talk to people and tricking stupid people. I don't want to be here anymore. This place, this metaplane is just a bunch of bollocks. And, yeah, his greatest fear is, being left alone, being, having a constant feeling of emptiness and feeling like he's worth nothing to anybody else. And also stupid cunts.
So, as we go through our game, we are going to be watching chat. We're going to ask you for suggestions, but we also kind of watch. If you suggest something, odds are we may snatch it up, even if we haven't asked for it. So if you have an idea for the story, just throw it in there. We'll be watching. When we take your suggestion, we get a plot point. So our plot point can be used for many different things. We can add in our own ideas. We can spend a plot point to change the direction of the story a little bit. Players can jump ahead in turn order. You can take hits for someone else, so you can dive in front of a bullet, or I guess a crossbow bolt in this case. Mm-hmm. We can also spend them to get glitch dice, which, when rolled, can either help us succeed or help us drastically fail. Yeah. And here's the awesome part: if you give us a suggestion that we take, you get a entry into our raffle drive, into our raffle for the end of this. So you get $15 on Drive Through RPG if we randomly select your suggestion at the end of the show, or during our Court of Shadows edition, you will also have the option of choosing the Court of Shadows PDF, which is a $20 value. Now I am going to leave it up to you, Oz, to explain the stream boss, because I think you are a little bit better with that than me.
Sure, yeah. So up on the top right there of our screen, we've got a stream boss. The stream boss, so the way it works is he's got a set of HP, and you've got to, with anything that you contribute to our channel, follow, cheers, like bits and stuff, subscriptions, donations, will knock HP off of the stream boss, and when it hits 0, if you're the one that did the final blow, you become the stream boss. We all get a point of edge when stream boss is defeated. Your name is in lights on our stream, and everyone's trying to take you out. The stream,
just like Shadowrun.
Yeah, King of the Hill. It's King of the Hill style. The person who's stream boss at the end of the stream gets a very special treat. They get to work with the GM Scrim to create an NPC for the next session, an important NPC. So I'm excited to see what our previous stream boss Keck Ninja came up with.
I'm sorry. You compared the stream boss to King of the Hill, and all I could imagine was the show and Hank Hill being the stream boss. Well, I tell you what.
You know, there are 4 of us. We could just stand in front of a picket fence for the rest of the stream if you'd like and drink beer.
What? I do love making me some Nuyen.
I'm laughing because I assume Trav's impression is great, but I have never seen it.
You've never seen King of the Hill. It's not that great, but
it's close enough.
Excellent. So, previously on Join the Anarchy, our team went to the Great Hall, which is where the Queen holds court every morning. The Queen of the Sealy Court, which is this metaplane they have stumbled into on a very strange run. And they've made their way to this court wearing very elaborate, revealing, not revealing outfits. They fit in fairly well, but almost right away, the Queen's Jester and a Fomorian named Periwinkle caught on that they were not quite fitting in. And the Jester was very, very gracious and kind to them, which is of note considering that she's the one they need to steal from. So when in the Great Hall, so there was a couple strange cases that came before the Queen, one of which was Periwinkle's. It was fairly mundane, but there's some weird stuff going down. But at the end, when she'd heard all the cases, the Queen had her jester garb. She took a tarot deck, and released them into the air and let all of the tarot cards fly throughout the room, and then they left. They went to various locations. Each tarot card was an invitation to the Queen's Ball, which is being held in a couple nights from now. So our team did their absolute best to get themselves a card, and each of them has secured a tarot card. When they got this card, they looked at it and saw their greatest fears. So each of them, I don't think you really shared, maybe you've kind of mentioned it with each other, but it hasn't been, we haven't really gone into any depth with each other, but they each saw something different and are hanging on to these cards. They then decided to head out. Periwinkle did ask them to get her a card as well, in exchange for, she wasn't totally clear on that. But they, at the moment, are off in a hut in the middle of the woods, licking their wounds after an angry mob assaulted them for the
Assailed them.
assaulted. You were assaulted because you were arguing over the cards very loudly, and a giant mob of people tried to. So, yes. That is where we're at, off in the hut belonging, or you. This is where you first saw Nuala, who was your Johnson for this job, and she gave you the task of finding this ruby held by the Queen's Jester. So the party's in a couple nights. You found a couple bandages here and there. Are you all healed up? Does anybody need more healing? What are you guys? What's your status?
I know we left them off in really bad shape. Like I couldn't really heal them very well. So I think we might actually need to take like a day or so of just chill, relax, rest.
There's no time limit on this mission, right? It's just whenever we get it done.
Well, the ball,
the dinner feast or whatever.
well, that's coming up, but yeah, there is no time limit.
Yeah.
That we know of.
Yeah, she didn't say that there was any really pressing constraints on time.
I do have a healing spell now, so if anybody needs healing, I am more than happy to heal you.
Then I guess you just narration.
Yeah, pretty much.
We're all healed.
Yeah. I guess after everybody is calmed down, and because I remember Pandora was in like a PTSD state, after she's calmed down, she'll begin healing Mock and then Volatile and then patching up her armor if I can, because that's the only thing that was missing for me. So, what do I? I'll roll my healing if you would like. Would you like that?
I would love that.
So I have a -1 to healing me. I think Mock has a -1 too. I forget.
I think it's a -1. Maybe hold on. Nope, -2.
Okay, well, the first one will be Volatiles.
Solid.
And that's with the -1. And then Mox.
Nice.
Nice.
Not too shabby. Some pretty good rolls.
Thank you. What do I have to do for armor again? I'm not quite sure on that.
Armor is an engineering test, which actually I have engineering.
Yeah,
Hey.
so Kyle would be our armor guy.
Yeah.
have no armor.
Yay, we all need armor. I was this close to being like, oh, I have engineering, and then I had to tell myself that I'm not retro.
Yeah.
Retro. So I'm gonna give you're gonna do this test at a -1 Oz because everything's kind of effed up here. Things are different. The armor is more natural fibers, and you're not really used to it. So
Sure. Let's see. Well, I'm also a jury rigger, so I get +2 to my engineering tests. So despite the fact that I don't really know much about these kinds of fibers, I figure something out I can slap together. So, yeah, 3 successes.
not bad. And that was for max armor?
Yeah, sure. And then let's just keep doing it. There. So 353.
Alrighty. That probably takes care of Mac. What about Mac? What do you get up to this day? You guys are taking a full day to rest?
I mean, are we taking a full day to rest? Do we need to?
We might as well. I mean, we should really discuss everything. We got very distracted with trying to find these cards, but really we didn't even get any intel on. We have the way in, but we haven't really discussed what we're gonna do once we're inside.
Yeah.
We haven't. We don't know. We really don't know anything. Look at the invitation. What is it? Do we know where the banquet is being held?
The invitation below the picture of an angry, jeering, and mindless mob, all it says is Everhall. And the date, it says 2 days, whereas yesterday it said 3 days.
It actually counts down. Okay.
I mean, we don't really have anything else we need to do, so might as well just sit around or go to the shops or something. I don't know.
Well, we do still have to find we could, if we really feel like it, find
That's
a
right,
4th
Perry.
card for Periwinkle.
Periwinkle needs one.
Also, I think we need to meet up with her in the Hall of Whispers and see, we need to do that. We need to see what's going on with her garden and all that. I mean, it's something we could do, I guess, in the meantime. And while we do, maybe we can exchange some of that Munera stuff to learn about the banquet and maybe about the jester. I don't know.
The one thing that I know about parties is that we need to look our best. And I do not want to wear the same outfit to every single ball.
True.
I think that's kind of a you concern. I mean, we have these fancy duds. That why don't we just use them?
Because we wore those yesterday, darling.
Who
Why would I
fucking
wear the
cares?
same outfit?
Well, I would say that's not exactly a priority, but if you want to go ahead and do something with that, you can. I'm gonna keep the same thing because it doesn't really matter. It's better than what I was wearing when I walked in. Well, better in the sense of high society schmucks, but I mean, I don't know.
Well, I think of, first ladies, for example. They never wear the same dress twice in public, and, it seems to be a very politically minded, intriguey kind of society. I don't think we should be necessarily... in the end of the day, Pandora here can just make outfits for us. We can look like whatever we want, so it doesn't hurt to just change our look.
Exactly.
Give it an update. Plus, maybe the theme isn't revealing, non-revealing. It might be something completely different, and we walk in looking like nudists.
Well, does it say anything about the theme?
Swimsuit party.
It does.
That's card.
Yeah.
It does not say anything about this thing.
Surprise pool party.
Oh no, we have to find out about the theme as well. I think. I don't want to go in there looking like sticking out. We need to. At the very least, we want to blend in, right?
Exactly.
Well, from what I know of high society, it's not like they're gonna have a big fuss about it. And if the invitation doesn't say there's any sort of, theme to the whole thing, then we might as well be fine going in the way we came in.
But regardless, you're going to do a little bit of digging in the town, in the the space surrounding the castle. It really is the town. There are small buildings around it, but that's where you're headed.
I think so.
I think we should. This isn't the same day, is it?
You've rested up. It's the next day.
Okay. There was a mob after us, and we burnt down the shack. I don't think we should be showing our faces around town right away.
All right. So let's see.
So you're planning to head into town? Is that the?
I guess. Yeah. Well, we should we should make sure we stay a little more inconspicuous after the events that occurred.
Well, I can do that. That's no problem.
I was wearing a mask.
That's nice for you.
An inconspicuous mask.
Yeah. So I
That
just
doesn't
don't.
look like
I just don't.
any of the others.
No, I looked like I had a big old beak, and then now I go into town without a big old beak, and have a face.
You did. The thing is, too, with the beak is that you fit in with the bar, too.
Yeah.
So.
Well,
Or the
now it's all
pub, rather.
fucking wrecked to shite, and he like holds up the beak that has like the half-burnt face on it now.
Mm.
He's like, so.
I stuck out
Well,
like
I
a
guess-
sore thumb. Maybe
I
you
guess
could
that-
maybe you could design me like a cowl or something for all of this thing on my head.
I think it looks lovely.
I know,
We could
but I'm
add
the
some-
only troll walking around with deer hordes in this whole city.
That's true. That's true. Well, I can whip up a few things for the both of us then. If Mock doesn't want to have a new outfit, then I completely understand. And she'll kind of like strut over to Volatile and start like measuring him with her eyes and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. Taking the horns and the sides. I'm gonna re-roll that.
Hard to get a read.
I'm gonna re-roll
I want to wear
that.
something black and slimming.
Yeah, you're in all pink.
Slim
Like, oh,
dazzlers.
no. That's better. Seven
Ooh.
successes. 7 successes for fashion.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, you can describe whatever you want, however you want it to look.
Yeah, go for it, Volatile.
Oh, all right. So let's see. We're gonna do. Let's see. I wanted black and slimming, so I think I'm gonna go for Okay, so I wanted a cowl. So I have like this huge. Oh yeah. I'm gonna wear a cowl, but it's like one of those really tall kind of cylinder-y, not quite, but it's like just this very big, obnoxious headpiece that comes down here, right? And it just ends in like tassels, I guess, right here on my shoulders. And you can only see my eyes. And then it's just we'll say like it's a flowy black asymmetrical kind of scarfy thing, it's formless, but because it's formless it's form-fitting. It looks nice. It's just yeah.
Gorgeous. It's gorgeous, darling. Just gorgeous.
After the first failure of pink polka dots. That's perfect. Yeah, Pandora goes, that's not right. And then she snaps her fingers and it's his perfect outfit. She's like,
yeah.
that's better.
A tracksuit. No, well, yeah, maybe underneath, but like
Complete,
black.
complete with very Russian accent.
Oh, and I want silver lining, like real silver linings, detail work.
Man, I did
In
great.
real life? No, I'm not wearing a tracksuit in real life. I'm just wearing a hoodie.
Oh, yeah.
It's cold in this room.
What the mouse?
Can I keep the same roll for Pandora, or would you like me to re-roll that for her?
Yeah, I'd say you're rocking it, and you guys have time, so I would say that you're able to kind of perfect what you're doing. You can take 20 to you.
Okay, yeah.
Borrow
I'll just
under.
I'll do that for her. She'll take more time on her outfit.
Is this for the for looking inconspicuous or for going to the invitational?
No, this is our walking around town outfit.
Okay.
All right, so you all get something, equally kind of blending and hiding who you really are. And I guess Mac, you wouldn't really need too much. Anything special that Pandora rigs up for herself?
Total like Egyptian theme with the Arabic like scarf, where you can just see her eyes, and her eyes kind of like light up, like around all the other dark accents with the outfit. Very silky and flowy,
Right.
but very form-fitting, so you can actually see her curves and her sexy bud.
Yeah, how inconspicuous. It's the scene from Batman when Alfred he's like, I need to go and get something like invisible, and he's like, oh, so the Lamborghini then.
Yeah. That's pretty much
exactly
it.
like Mac being like, right.
Yeah. That's pretty much it.
Have you seen all the whack jobs that run around that town?
Well, that's why I'm saying, like, I don't know, inconspicuosity isn't exactly, is that a word? Is it now?
I don't know.
It is now.
It's not.
It's
It's
playing
not.
everyone's word. But, it doesn't really seem like it's as key around here.
It seems more like standing out is blending in, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
These people are very eccentric. I think we fit in just fine.
Yeah, Mac just takes his pea coat that was ruined with all the steam like burning holes in it and all of the things jutting out, and he just rips the sleeves off of it and goes into town. He like has his fucking like button or his like white shirt with the black tie and the pea coat. He just looks. There's no way for him to be inconspicuous because he has these giant like steampunk arms all the time that people are gonna see him no matter what. So.
I imagine too that you can hear him as he moves his arms.
Yeah.
It makes like a sound.
Yeah.
So you head into town.
Just imagine you ripping your peacoat. Sorry, Maura. I just imagine you ripping your peacoat and Pandora being like, "Oh, that was such a good jacket too. You didn't have to damage it."
No, it was already complete. Like the sleeves were ruined, so that's.
All right, so you head back into town, and it is mid-morning, so court is actually in session right now. The queen is judging different cases that are coming before her. You can hear the rabble in the Great Hall. You see the golden arches of, I believe we were calling it McHugh's, at, but the gambling hall where Mac won some Munera, and you can see in the distance the labyrinth that you chased the card through, and the town where all of the servants and poor people go is quite a distance away, where you robbed the troll horn shop of a card and the mob attacked you. You told Periwinkle you would meet her in the Hall of Whispers, which you will have to access through the Great Hall itself. So there is a couple of options. You can kind of head through, see if you can chat with more gambling buddies, or you can head to see if Periwinkle's around. There might be quite a few people in the court that you could chat with.
While we're walking past gambling hall, is Fiona in there still?
I can get you roll perception.
Oh, fuck it all.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, fuck. Magical power, I guess it's not so bad.
Whoops.
3. I matched.
I did not mean to roll that publicly. You see a small figure dart behind the building when she sees you approaching. And you are pretty sure it was her, but you know what? This is your perception, and I guess since you tied, you get to pick.
I'll just say that was what happened. She darts behind the building because apparently she has some sort of purpose for doing that. And he'll like as we're all walking, like he kind of like slows down as everyone starts walking forward, and he'll go around behind the building.
Remind me again who Fiona is.
Fiona is the little orphan girl.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And you follow her behind the building?
Yeah.
She's gone when you go behind there. Can't really seem to be any alleyways or anything. She's just gone.
She's doing that Spider-Man thing where she's on the ceiling.
Mac looks up.
There you go.
Like nobody does. He just kind of looks around and he's like, since when do people don't want fucking money?
You see a few will-o-wisps floating around in the back alley.
He follows them if they're going somewhere.
They're just sort of hovering. They're not really going anywhere.
Sort of hovering.
Yeah.
He's gonna look. He leans, like pops out, and he's like, "I'm checking up on my my employee," and he like leans back. He's gonna look around where the wisps are to see if there's any weird, like alcoves that.
Alcoves?
Yeah, like if they're there, if there's any like hidden things around that she could have like dropped into.
I think that
Like a
that calls
sewer
for another
person.
perception.
Perception? Okay.
When you said you're checking up on your employee, the only thing I could think of was, is that what he calls it now?
What do you mean? It's not like Mac has ever been like, oh, I'm gonna go get me some prostitutes. Like,
We've only known Matt for a couple episodes.
4.
He's a married
4?
man. He doesn't need prostitutes.
All right, what do you see? Help him out.
Shit. There's this whole headcanon going on with the chat that she's like the Grand Master of this fucking thieves guild.
I love it.
I
This
won't
perception
say
is
that.
just for what you see, so...
Yeah.
I am
Like-
taking that. If
Yeah,
you're not
do it.
taking it, I'll take it.
I was gonna say, I was about to
I mean,
go for
I
it.
was going to take that there's a thieves guild, but she's not the Grand Master because she's a kid.
Well,
Take it.
I'm taking it. She is the
Take
Grandmaster.
Yeah.
And I just said that I was taking it to everything, but
Okay, so you are taking it. Okay, then you take it. It's fine. Just make it happen.
I'm taking the thieves guild, but I don't want I just think that children wouldn't be the Grandmaster.
You
But
think
yeah,
that,
he
but she's not
finds,
really
like,
a child.
He finds like a little like fucking thing, you know?
Like a hole?
Thing?
Like a fox?
It's like kind of like a hatch that's been covered by miscellaneous just stupid shit. And
Okay.
when the miscellaneous stupid shit, there's like the hatch, and when he opens it, it's kind of like a ramp
Can
that
I
goes down.
can I assist with that?
What are you assisting him to do?
The description. I have a really good idea for it.
Sure, add something. Throw a plot point.
Yeah, I
On it.
totally will. So behind this is the building of like the actual court, right? Like the castle.
No, this is separate from it, but it's
Okay.
not far
This
from
was the Golden Arches pub, right?
Okay. Yeah, behind it is like an old cellar door where you used to open it up. And you can go down there and it's all just old little wine racks and everything, except there's like a couple of bottles here and there. And if you like pull one out, like that's the secret door and it opens up.
Oh, fun! Oh,
Yeah, he goes down and sees a bunch of like wine, and he's like, Fiona?
Nothing. And you open up, you pull the thing, and
Well, he's looking around like he wouldn't know.
you know,
So he's like, he'll look at the wine. What are the dates on these?
what are the dates on them?
Yeah.
None of them have dates on them.
There are no dates?
No,
Oh.
they're actually, they all have labels, but they're completely blank.
All right, yeah, he looks at the wine, and he kind of looks around, pulls one out, and like stuffs it in his jacket. And when he pulls it out,
Mine.
Do you keep looking? Do you keep?
yeah, I think he's
Looking
just gonna start grabbing them, and then yeah, like when he grabs it out, like does anything happen?
How many do you grab? Just the one?
He probably grabs about 3,
All right.
but like
on
all in a row, like
the
there.
third
So
one, like, you're like, you grab the third one, and you just can't you can't pull it out, and it goes, and then you hear a whoosh sound, and it starts. Then you seem to be able to pull it out, but you're actually pulling the whole wall out.
oh, okay. Once he sees that, he's like, hey, come around to the back of this thing, actually.
Okay. Let's do it.
On a way?
Yeah, when you guys come down, he's like, the whole fucking wall's peeled, and he like moves it over.
Yeah. Right as like Pandora walks out, she goes, "What did you do?"
What are you getting us into?
I don't know. It was your plot point. He's like, well, I have to pay a little girl, and she disappeared, and this was the only thing I could find.
Oh, all right.
So the door swings open, and you see kind of naturally on its hinges. Nick, that's a great suggestion, but she's not hanging on a hook. There is a hook on the back of the door, though, and it is empty. There are no little girls hanging from it. And Chad, you can feel free to help me out with some detail here, but I will say that there is an earthen passageway heading downward, and you feel a cool breeze on your faces as you stare down it.
This actually could prove useful to us.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know. Does this kind of look like the passageway we walked through to get to the Fey metaplane?
No, it looks totally different. This one is like underground, and you can kind of see a little ways ahead. You can see wooden beam supports, but everything in this town is not the poor servants areas, but everything else is built in extremely ornate stone and very well carved and extremely precise and absolutely stunningly beautiful. But this is rough hewn, and it looks like it's very, very narrow. You can only really fit one of you at a time. And volatile, it's hard for you even to stoop down and get yourself fitting.
Damn it, my horn, my other set of horns, I'm so not used to them, they just get caught in one of the, God, and I'm just gonna crawl. Fuck this.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, so you continue forward, and
I want to send my Barnabas, my fly spy, out, my firefly, to just inspect ahead, as all good riggers should do. So I'm gonna roll a perception test. Yeah. 9, 10.
I'm gonna take that suggestion that it's like the Court of Miracles. The actual area where they hang out and everything.
The Cour des Miracles.
Sure. I'm totally taking that suggestion because that's
awesome.
That
Nice.
picture in my head is perfect.
Alright, I got 5 successes.
All right, what did Barnabas see?
Let's see. Well, I guess he sees the core as a miracle.
There you go.
I'm gonna spend a plot point to say that the whole thing, like all the inhabitants are children, are orphaned children. It's kind of like a Oliver Twist situation.
That's very interesting.
I imagine like Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. But
I'm imagining Game of Thrones, like the little birds.
First,
My plot point said Oliver Twist.
I just like how we went from Oliver Twist to Game of Thrones to Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
So I will. What Trav said when Barnabas goes through, every inhabitant you see is a child. It looks much like Fiona, but Volatile. Did you have something specific that you want to see as you go through that you want that perception roll?
Yes. I catch one of the children. Actually, I catch one adult putting on like a blank mask on their face, which then just suddenly shrinks them down into child size.
All right. So this, as Barnabas, and you see him blinking, as because he's a firefly, as he goes down. You see several offshoots and a couple of small, I don't want to call them almost burrows. They're very small, dug out hollows, with some of them have children in them who are doing a couple different things. You see this transformation happen kind of out of the corner of your eye. It almost, you sort of just blink and you miss it kind of thing. You see it happen and then you're not quite entirely sure you did see it. And Barnabas turns a corner and continues going down a little ways, and the tunnel narrows and then opens up wide into a huge, what looks like a warehouse of some kind. It looks like there are shelves of things, and you see quite a few of these children scuttling about.
By the way, we just got a subscription.
What up?
Yes, thank you. I don't know who subscribed, but thank you. Oh, here we go. Mushu to you. Yes, thank you. Welcome to our channel.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. Hi. Good to see a bunch of regulars.
Yes.
All right. So we've discovered some kind of underground, possibly orphans / thieves / adults disguising themselves guild. Mm-hmm. This is making more and more sense.
Okay.
Do you continue forward?
Yeah, I'll let everyone know what I've seen and say we should probably be very careful. Where do we have our cards right now? I'll spend a plot point.
I was gonna say something, but that's okay.
No.
Mac has like an inner pocket that he puts like all the important shit into, like right here at his chest.
Ah, man.
Pandora's gonna put it actually in her tarot card deck because she knows the difference between her deck and somebody else's.
Okay.
On a spiritual level and personal level.
I don't really have anywhere I can. Oh wait, no, I have a horn compartment.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh yeah. Huh?
Yeah. So my card goes in my horn compartment. I have a little sliding door. Okay, good. Then yeah. Let's move forward.
All right. You push forward, and the descent into this warehouse is extremely uncomfortable, especially for Volatile. It's really steep, and some places are muddy, so there's a lot of sliding, a lot of... it's a good thing that your clothing is an illusion, because otherwise it would get really effed up. Or does it become like a physical thing, I thought, or is it an illusion, Pandora?
I imagined it to be like a physical thing.
Physical thing?
It is a physical thing. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So yeah, it's getting all muddy as you go through, and it ends in like a twirly slide.
Ooh. Each time you get dirt on it, Pandora's like, stop it, and then she fixes it, and then it gets more mud on it. She's like, tries to fix it.
So you slide into a sort of a soft, sort of like a spongy landing, and you look up and you see there are will-o-wisps all throughout this room. They're illuminating these shelves of items and goods.
Can I, from the knowledge of my theater and performance of art, could I technically say that I know a little bit about will-o-wisps from doing a play about it? Because there's like lore of will-o-wisps in other cultures and everything. So, am I allowed to say that? That's up to you.
Say that you can roll. You can roll for it. I'd say you probably did some research, but you'd have to roll for it to see what exactly you know.
What?
So that would be, I'm thinking, logic.
Okay. That's fine.
Unless you have knowledge will-o-wisps.
No. I have knowledge theater / performance arts and history of that.
Okay, I would say you can use your theater / performance arts knowledge at a -2 for your research that you would have had. And that'll cost you a plot point to have this background, I think.
Okay, well, can I, is it just pure logic or is it logic?
Logic, I think.
Yeah, and plus your
You
knowledge
said-
specialization.
And you said -2?
-2, yeah.
4 successes.
Yeah, you do know a little bit about this. You do remember some of your research.
I'm gonna spend a plot point to roll for you to roll a glitch die to see if the play actually got like real will-o-wisps accurately.
Okay. You do realize that my rolls of that are historically bad.
Every time yeah, see, there you go. See, I was gonna say every time you mention it, it hasn't been.
Yeah, you succeed, and you also are pretty sure that this is the exact tradition that you learned about in your play. This is it was all kind of this Irish fae theme, and they're behaving exactly as you recall. How exactly are they behaving?
Oh man, I just imagine when she sees it, that it all comes back to her of like her helping out like her best friends and like putting on their outfits and everything and wishing luck to one of her friends and her other friend, and then like seeing all of these props and the play itself, and everything comes rushing back to her, and she goes, oh, and she slaps the person next to her. She goes, I know this place.
Book. Do you want me to just read like a little thing from the book, maybe?
Go for it. Yeah, I'd like
Sure.
that.
They're shy. They live in isolated and remote areas. Curiosity leads them to wander. They spy on other fairies. They won't linger in a room in which a plot is occurring or a body is being hidden, but they'll observe, who comes and who goes and stuff like that.
They also, one thing you would know is that they're fascinated by innocence.
Ooh.
Particularly people who can still innocently enjoy a game. So it's not a surprise to see them near children.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Pandora starts, explaining them and going into depth, and then she starts going into depth about the play. I had to do this thing with the lights, and it was gorgeous. Every single outfit had sequins on it. It was a disaster, but it was beautiful on set.
Okay, so essentially we don't want them to be around us, or they're not a threat, basically. is what you're
Yes.
saying. And
They're
if there's,
around her all the time.
and if they're attracted to innocence, then basically we have nothing to worry about.
Pretty much.
Okay. Well, let's see what we can offer them, right?
As
They
you're
need
talking,
information.
you see a one of the shelves. You see little eyes poke out from behind, and then just above this child is another little pair of eyes, and above that child is another pair of eyes. So you see 3 children looking at you and blinking.
Hi. We're looking for Fiona.
They duck away. And there's a little puff of will-o-wisps
Yeah.
as they disappear behind the shelf.
Right. Just kind of sits there. Yeah. You can't. He'll go look behind the bookcase just to see if there's nothing there.
They are all 3 there, and they kind of look up at you.
Hi. Not here trying to disturb whatever's going on, but just looking for Fiona.
All 3 of them speak in unison and say, "You're not supposed to be here."
Understandable, and sorry for trespassing, but we're just looking for Fiona. We've got something for her, and then we'll be leaving.
They all look at you for a beat, and then the smallest one points her hand, and then the biggest one slaps her hand down, and she just blinks at you.
He kind of like kneels down to them with his hands, like his arms crossed, and he's like, "Look, Fiona knows me, all right? I'm Mac. I don't know if she talks about it at all. I don't even know what's going on here, and I don't really care. But what I do care about is being able to give back what I owe her, so I don't owe her anymore. So if I could just give her this gold, we'll leave and not come back."
They say in unison, "She doesn't like when people don't pay her."
Which is why I'm here to pay her. Oh, I hate this metaplane.
While he's talking to the kids, I'm gonna look to where the other kid pointed.
You see the kid pointed down kind of the hallway between all of these shelves, and you see a small entranceway.
Okay. I'll wait for everybody else though.
No, I'm ready. Let's go. Come on, let's get the hell out of here. I don't want to disturb this ecosystem.
Well,
Organization.
Mhm.
we don't know exactly where pointing means. It could be some sort of trap.
Well, there's only one way to find out.
That's right. I look ahead with Barnabas.
Yeah. If you'd like to.
All right, roll perception with Barnabas.
5 successes again.
I'm also gonna look astrally, if I can.
Yeah. Good call. Do it.
I'll roll perception for astral. Astral perception.
Hey, thanks Streamweaver for the follow.
Hey.
Welcome to the Court of Shadows. Welcome to Shadowcasters Network. Yeah.
Seeing lots of new faces today. I'm excited about this.
I love it.
Yeah, this is awesome. Let's get some suggestions from chat from what they for what they see. But I won this one for both, so.
Damn it.
What?
You beat a
I've not been
five.
rolling really well, but now I'm doing better.
Hey, as long as it's not in combat, I'm okay with it.
Oh, there's an astral haze here. I feel like that's true about this whole metaplane.
It's just constantly foggy for her, and she's just like, oh.
Everything has stink lines.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's almost like
Just
spider
varying
web,
degrees
I almost
of
imagine.
stink lines, yeah.
Take that. I just want to make sure I get it for the raffle, if so.
You know what? I'm gonna take that as yeah.
As my astral perception.
Yeah. It's not gonna be your perception, but there is a bit of a haze.
Okay.
And
Oh, that's a good one.
I really love that one from. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Rio.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, Pandora, you see all of the children have spirits kind of following them around, and they're sort of attached to them, not like astrally attached, but like they stay with them and they don't veer very far. And they're all sort of strange creatures. They remind you a little bit of the Pukwudgies that you saw when you first came into this metaplane and fought. And volatile. With Barnabas, don't see anything.
It's just dark.
You go down. It's pretty dark, yeah. It's there's not really anything obvious this hallway. You do get to the end of it, and there is some kind of larger room.
Okay, great. And in that larger room,
inside the room.
I'm not taking that.
I'll take it.
No.
Tech Ninja! The hallway ends in a darkened cistern that causes Barnabas to lose signal with Volatile.
Son of a bitch.
You see a large room, and you see a faint glitter before anything goes dark. Everything goes dark.
Oh. I just lost connection with Barnabas. We need to get moving.
Yeah, that's not good.
There's something down there. Get ready.
Oh, fuck's sake. Yeah, Mac gets up and, turns away from the children and starts walking away, and then quickly, grabs the card and sees that it's still there and then puts it back.
I pull out my crossbow grenade launcher.
You're not gonna nuke a bunch of kids. Calm down.
Before leaving, I still have those 3 gold coins. I will give them each a gold coin and thank them.
When you hold it out to them, they look up at you, and they say, "We don't owe you anything," and they refuse to take it.
Ooh.
Ah, see? These are the kinds of kids that know exactly how the world works.
Yes, we do.
All right, no need to be snobby.
It's all in unison. I wish I had a voice effect.
It's the kids from. I always forget the name of them. The kids from down the lane from Codename Kid Next Door. It's just all of them.
Yeah.
They're like a hive mind.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Well, yeah, then I won't force it upon them, and I'll just kind of walk back.
So who wants to?
I'm leading.
Walk down the hall. Right.
All right. Well,
Let's please not nuke the children, though.
I was waiting for the
That all
ladies
depends
first,
on
and her to
them.
be like, I'm not going down there.
Okay, well, keep your finger off the trigger,
I'm already
alright?
down the hallway. Bye.
He's following you.
Yeah, Pandora's behind.
Keep up.
Both of the men.
Okay, so you head down this hallway, and you don't see Barnabas's flashing light that you've come to recognize from him being a firefly. And you come out of the end of this tunnel, and you see this room. You see the faint glitter, and then I'm gonna get Volatile to roll dodge.
Ooh. Dodge is willpower plus logic, 9.
4 successes.
You just barely hear in time and manage to get out of the way of a net that falls right where you were just standing.
No. Who's there? I'm looking into the room.
So in the room, it starts to, as your eyes adjust to the dark, it becomes clear. And this is a room that is filled with more things, but they're not on shelves like in the last room. This looks like a hoard, some kind of like just piles of piles, like something Scrooge McDuck would dive into, of gold coins and baubles and a bunch of useless bric-a-brac. There's stuff everywhere. You see cups, you see old wine bottles, you see very expensive items thrown next to extremely cheap costume jewelry, and you hear kind of a tinkle sound coming from behind one of the piles.
I point my crossbow at the pile and say, "Come out!"
Pandora kind of leans over to Mock and she goes, your husband is very, don't have kids, that's what I'm saying.
Do you understand human anatomy?
There's adoption. Goodness.
Yeah, he'll walk in and just give Volatile a pat on the back. He'll try and look and be careful where he steps, but he's gonna try and get a little bit closer to the pile, but stop gracious space away from it, and try and like look in, be like, "Hello, is anyone there?"
You see two luminous eyes and a nest of messy hair, and it's Fiona.
Hey. Your creepy messengers already told me we're not supposed to be here, and I'm sorry about that, but, and he'd pull out, the 3 gold. I didn't manage to get this to you before I left in a panic, at the gambling place, but I'm here to give you the gold, alright?
She kind of looks around at the horde, and then back at you, and then she, scurries forward, and as she climbs over the pile, there's like a tinkling like of jewels and metal that falls down to the ground at your feet, and you see a medallion right in front of you that falls in front of Mac's feet. It's sort of like a silver medallion, and it has on it a strange kind of like flame. It looks like a flame symbol. You've never really seen it before, and she stands right in front of you and holds out her hand.
Yeah. He like looks around and he's like, quite the horde you got here. What are you, dragons? And when she's quiet, he's like, and he just hands her the gold.
My face is just dropped. I'm like, oh fuck.
She looks at them and very lovingly and slowly places them on the massive pile of gold coins beside her. And she says, you're not supposed to be here.
And we'll be leaving, alright? There's no need for anybody to get hostile, no need for anything bad to happen. I just wanted to pay you back the debt that I owed you.
Wait, hold on a second. Where's my firefly? He went in here and then he just disappeared. I don't have a connection with him. I'm not leaving without him.
I'm going to get from each of you. What would this be? I think it's going to be a dodge test.
Oh boy.
If it's like one of those weirdy kind of spell effects, then it might be a strength plus willpower. That's a second type of dodge for weird effects that.
I think so. It's not like, agility logic doesn't really fit. I think strength and willpower is a better fit.
Yeah.
I'm not that strong.
Damn, if I fucking pre-edged that, I would have gotten total successes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you
4
would've.
successes.
I got 2.
You gotta buy it back.
All right. Okay. All of you start feeling drowsy, and the world around you begins to fade. And I'm going to get you to all roll logic plus logic.
Oh no.
If she steals anything from me, I'm burning down this place.
Yeah, because
I'm
that's
gonna-
worked for you in the past.
Yeah.
I'm spending my one and only edge to reroll this. This just
Yeah,
seems
I-
important. I don't know what
I
it
am
is, but
too.
I'm doing it.
I am
4
too.
successes.
3 successes.
5.
Nice.
All of you wake up next to McHugh's, and you have. It takes you a minute to realize where you are. It takes you a minute to realize who you are, and then vague, fuzzy memories of the place that you just were start entering your brain, and you all kind of have not a headache, but you feel a little bit like you're floating.
Mac immediately checks his jacket for the card.
The card is still there.
Okay.
Yeah, Pandora immediately
Yeah,
puts her
check.
hand on her tarot card deck and
Yeah.
just the deck itself. Like,
Yeah, I make sure to hide, and I do a little like.
And when you do that, Barnabas flies out of your.
of your horn. Aw.
But is my card still there? Because if
Your
my
card is still there. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So she put it in my compartment. She knows about my compartment.
Yeah,
And she
well, we also
clearly
knew
saw the
about their
card.
society. We knew that society. She knew where your card was, and then they didn't want us there. It's fine.
Very intriguing place, I suppose.
Yeah, well, now I don't know anyone shite, so I'm fine with never going back.
That's for sure. It's true.
Still,
With
though.
my knowledge of Arcana and magic, can I determine what kind of effect or illusion or spell that was?
Yeah, you can roll for that. You don't know it automatically. It seems like to. It's not something you're familiar with automatically.
Okay, I'm just gonna roll sorcery for that, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Do we remember everything that happened?
Yeah, everything gradually
okay.
starts coming back to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got 4. 4 successes.
You have like a vague recollection of some high level, very difficult spells that are not performed by really everyone, but you can't remember exactly who or what type of mage might perform them.
Okay.
This is something out of your wheelhouse, beyond something that you either it's been lost for a long time, or it's something that's just too high level for you.
Okay.
Well then, now that we squared away that piece of business and have something in our back pocket, so to speak, perhaps a little bit of a escape route. Not the best escape route, but something. Did you find out?
Hopefully. I mean, they didn't seem to like us there, even Fiona.
Well, let's get some. I look at the card. Does it still say 2 days?
Yeah, this is same. Yeah. It's the same day that you were looking at it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It says 2 days.
Okay. Okay. Wait. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna spend a plot point to say that digging further into my compartment, I actually find a second invitation card that was placed there by some mysterious benefactor.
All right. I'll allow it. Perfect. So now you have one
Alright.
for Periwinkle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
how fucking Deus Ex Machina. Now you know what it's like to be a player.
That's pretty easy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna spend a plot point to say that we win.
Pretty much.
Well, maybe. Obviously, they have some kind of motivation for giving us a fourth card.
I have the plot point. Periwinkle runs a peach farm, right?
Yeah, Peach Orchard.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that she has a connection to this thieves guild because they're all orphan kids and they need to eat. So she gives them like daily rations of like peaches or peach pie or peach cobbler or
that's
something.
so cute.
She like has like pie on her windowsill every day, just leaves it out.
Yeah, and
but
in
you think-
return that she also helps them out with like their thievery and everything like that, covering them up and or giving them information.
Very fun, very fun.
Wait, so she feeds them, and as pay for feeding them, she also helps them?
Sure.
Gives them two things instead of receiving anything?
You know, I would say there's sort of a mysterious exchange going on. That yes, she
Yeah.
does feed them and help them, but something else is happening that maybe is a little less clear with
Right.
this
Yeah.
plot points. You guys wouldn't know this anyway.
We wouldn't know this anyway, right? Right.
I like that.
Okay. Well then, let's call a meeting.